javelin soldiers. Fergly backs off. And it still looks like Technique's got a superior force of peacekeepers. And it looks as though if both of these forces fought, it looks like Technique would win, because instead of having javelin soldiers, he's got nothing but peacekeepers and maybe one or two. Well, now he has more javelin soldiers, but still, Technique has more peacekeepers than Fergly. And now Fergly's going the long way around with his cryocopter. Let's see if Technique tries to do anything about this. He seems to be chasing the cryocopter with... And I heard... Oh, and we got Apollo fighters that one just got shot down. So Fergly's Apollo just got shot down. Fergly's about to lose this cryocopter. He's put it right over top of the Prospector, but it fell into a bunch of pieces, so the Prospector will be safe. When it unfreezes, it will be to collect again. So Technique definitely won out on that little battle. Fergly has lost an Apollo fighter, and he lost a cryocopter. So this gives Technique a serious advantage of, you know, $2,000 or $3,000 more. And Technique definitely has a superior force of peacekeepers. And it's questionable how... I think Fergly has now scouted it, so Fergly does know for sure what he's in for as Technique's force comes forward. Now, Fergly does not have a cryocopter. So Technique's MCV can press forward, and if Fergly decides to come out and challenge him with his own MCV, the problem is that Technique has a cryocopter and can shrink Fergly's MCV. So this is the big back and forth battle. And Fergly has garrisoned the Peacekeeper inside the MCV, and if Fergly finally does get a cryocopter up, Technique has got a far superior force of Peacekeepers. And it looks like Technique's superior force of Peacekeepers is going to annihilate Fergly's force here. And I don't know what Fergly's going to be able to do about this. Technique throws a cryo shot over top of Fergly's new multi-gunner turret that he just built. Fergly throws up a cryo shot in an attempt to slow down Fergly's attacking force. A few infantry will be stopped, but basically a whole bunch of javelin soldiers and peacekeepers are going to invade. And I think Technique has won the game with this here. This basically is it. And a whole bunch of peacekeepers that Technique had frozen are now unfrozen and able to run around. Does Technique have a... Technique does not have a cryocopter. Fergly does not have a cryocopter. Fergly has a whole bunch of Apollo fighters, which are not going to do him much good against this force. And I don't understand why Technique is backing off. Maybe it's because Technique hasn't scouted properly and isn't sure what Fergly has up his sleeve. Maybe he's afraid of something in the back of his base. I'm not sure, but Technique has a massive advantage in forces here, and why he backed off with, you know, 25 peacekeepers and 10 javelin soldiers, I'll never know. But as soon as he decides to press forward, he's got the game. He's going to win Conquer Cup number 19. This is going to be his 9th event win. And I don't see Fergly coming up with anything that's going to stop this. Technique is playing very patiently, I'll say that. And I guess Technique feels like he's won, but he's probably just playing cautiously because he doesn't want to be too aggressive and get countered. That's the only thing I can really think of. And that cryocopter's in big trouble. That's got to be it. With all this, you know, 20 peacekeepers, 25 peacekeepers, and 10 javelin soldiers. Fergly's going to lose his MCV. That's got to be the game now. Fergly can't build anything new. He doesn't have an armor facility, so he can't rebuild his MCV. He just lost his air base. Technique is going to take over Fergly's base here. And that's it. So congratulations to Technique. Now both Technique and Fergly gained a pile of points at Conquer Cup 19. And they're going to move way up in the championship standings. Fergly will be situated at number 3. and Technique will be number 1. Technique will now have 33 championship points. So as you can see, at about the 6.5 minute mark, that's when Technique really moved in. Both players lost a ton of infantry, but Technique had more infantry to deal with, and so congratulations to Technique, and that's it. That's the end of Conquer Cup number 19. Technique wins it 3 games to 1. Thanks for watching.